Hey guys, welcome to the video. So this is my first video and I'm an artist and I just wanted to go over a couple things with you guys. I'm a traditional artist, but I also delved into graffiti for a couple years. So I want to go over some basics with you guys, and just so you guys kind of get an idea of who I am and what I'm about, I'm just going to show you a little bit of my artwork. So if you don't like nudity, don't watch the next few minutes. Just skip ahead. So here's some artwork I did recently. I did this one yesterday. It's just a girl. I draw a lot of girls. I also do a lot of girls, but that's neither here nor there. This is a friend of mine named Kaya, and it kind of goes with this one, who is my friend Kelly. Here's another piece I did yesterday, kind of at a weird angle there. You can kind of see that better there. Here's another piece, and I just sold this one, so I'm gonna get rid of it tomorrow. Here's a piece that I haven't finished yet. But what we're going over today is graffiti. So here's some of my graffiti work, and I did this a couple years back, as well as this one I did for a friend, Lemick. I don't really know. He's some dude out in Amsterdam or something. I did this when I lived back in Brooklyn. So that's what we're going over today. We're going to go over a bunch of things through this channel, but for today we're just going to go over, the basics. And the basics for graffiti is the alphabet. So we're going to start there. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead, and I've got a Sharpie here. This is just a regular Super Sharpie. And I don't use these a lot for graffiti because it has crazy fumes, and if you've ever done graffiti for a long time without like a mask on, you're gonna notice that your lungs are just killing you. So that's pretty much what happens to me every time I'm around, like even cleaning products or Sharpies. My lungs just start to burn. It's from a lot of spray paint and not using a mask whenever I did that stuff. So that's what happens. So let that be a lesson to you. If you decide that you're going to go out and do graffiti legally, and I want you to know that I've been arrested for, what's it called? Destruction of public and private property. I've been arrested for trespassing. I don't suggest doing this stuff out in the wild, or out on the street or whatever. You're gonna get arrested. There's no way around it. It's not even if you're gonna get arrested, it's when you're gonna get arrested, because it's gonna happen. So with that being said, feel free to take this wherever you want to take it. If you decide that you want to go out and do illegal shit, that's gonna be on you. That's not on me. So without further ado, I'm gonna start my alphabet for you guys. And when you're a beginner and you know nothing about graffiti, I just want you to, people tell you not to steal stuff, but you have to start somewhere. And people have been stealing graffiti, they've been biting letters for years and years, and it's never going to end. That's how I started, and I think it's a good way to start when you don't know anything about graffiti at all. So here's my A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, obviously you guys know your alphabets, right? So I'm just going to keep going ahead. Alright, and the first thing we're going to talk about today is basically, why we do our letters this way. So when you think about the way graffiti evolved, it's basically illegal stuff, right? So you're doing this stuff on the street really fast. So I want you to remember that whenever you're doing letters in graffiti, that you pretty much want all your letters to be done in 1 or 2 strokes. So something like an O, obviously just O, and something like a P, like that, P. you wouldn't do something like when you take a look at the letter E in graffiti. I mean, that's, you never lift up your pen once, right? Versus a regular letter E, which someone might do like that, and you pick up your pen a couple of times. So people would do graffiti outside on the walls, and they basically had to be in and out as fast as they could, which is why this letter form or this art form kind of evolved in that way. It just had to be really quick. So there's the first alphabet, and it's not the best alphabet I've ever done, but I'm going to give you guys a chance to take a look at that. Why don't you go ahead and copy it onto your sketchbook or your black book, and we're going to take that alphabet and we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do our names. So I don't know what your name is. I'm going to do a couple names here, and maybe it's going to be one of yours. So another thing to take into account when you do graffiti is, you know, if your name was Sarah, for instance, you might write your name like this. Like, that's regular, everyday, the way you write your name. Whatever. When you do graffiti, a lot of graffiti artists write their letters a little bit closer. So they might write something like that, where they kind of overlap on each other. Right? So that's Sarah versus, you know, Sarah, like originally. So let's do another name here. My name, Marvin. Boom, done. And when you're new to graffiti, I don't want you guys to like do crazy shit like, you know, crowns, or what else do people do? People do like weird arrow things like all over the place just for no reason. That's retarded. It doesn't look good. It looks very amateurish. So don't do crowns. Don't do arrows. Don't do halos. Okay? The only thing I want you guys to like even consider doing when you're doing a name is you can do like quotes for now, and you can do like a line. When you're a beginner, that's pretty much all you should like stick to until you figure out what you're doing. So let me do another name here, and I'm gonna do the name of a girl I dated. Her name is Amber. There's another name, and like I said, don't go any fancier than this. That's pretty much all you need to have a good tag when you're first starting out. You can do, like I said, that sort of thing, but even that's not even that necessary. Let's do another name. How about a guy's name this time? Let's do Mike. And actually, while I was drawing that first letter, I thought of something interesting. That E is kind of suspicious, but you don't have to do all caps or all lowercase. Sometimes people mix and match stuff, so someone might write their name, you know, Mike. So you see I have a lowercase m but a uppercase E, and someone might do, you know, an uppercase E like that, then a lowercase e. So you can mix and match. I used Mike here, the lowercase e, but uppercase m, lowercase m, but a uppercase e. That's one way to start. Let me try another name here. So let's say your name is KRS1. So you could do KRS1. Whoops. You get the point, right? Let me do that one again. This is like the worst video ever, and I'm gonna blame the Sharpie because it's throwing me off. I don't usually draw graffiti this big. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Prismacolor in red. Let me switch to a new sheet here. So we're gonna go over a couple more things before the camera battery dies. So let's do a couple more names. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do the name Joe. Right, there's Joe. How about, God, I don't know. What else are people's names? We'll do the name Nigel. And Roscoe. Very popular man's name. And maybe Paul. So that's the first thing I want you guys to do. That's your homework for today, is basically just write your first alphabet. Try your name in that alphabet. And I'm going to do another one here for you guys really quickly. And feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to go ahead and post another video soon, and that's going to be about picking your first name as a graffiti writer. PQRSTUVWXY and Z. Alright guys, that's going to be it for my first video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.